Our next topic is capital expenditure. Let me ask you a simple question. Suppose you want to start a new company. Would you rather spend 5 crore today to build your own data center, or would you prefer to rent IT resources whenever you need them and pay only for what you use? Most business today choose the second option. Why? Because they want to reduce the capital expenditure, commonly known as CapEx. In today's lecture, we are going to understand capital expenditure in cloud computing, why cloud computing reduces it, and how capital expenditure differ in public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and on-premises cloud solution. Let's begin. What is capital expenditure? First, let us understand the meaning of capital expenditure. Is a money an organization spends before starting its IT operation. These are long-term investment in physical infrastructure. Examples like purchasing server, building data centers, buying storage devices, purchasing networking equipment, installing cooling system, buying software licenses. This investment are made once and are accepted to provide value over several years. So let's go for the example. Imagine you are building your own house. Before moving in, you need to buy land, construct the building, purchase the furniture, and install the electricity and water connection. All these are one-time investment. Similarly, in IT infrastructure, organization invest heavily in hardware and infrastructure before running application. This initial investment is called the capital expenditure. Capital expenditure in traditional IT infrastructure before cloud computing became popular, every organization maintained its own data center. To run application, companies had to purchase physical server, storage devices, network equipment, backup system, power generator, cooling system. After purchasing them, organization also needed IT professional to manage and maintain the infrastructure. This required a huge upfront investment. How cloud computing changes capital expenditure. Now come the biggest advantages of cloud computing. Cloud computing does not completely eliminate the capital expenditure, but it significantly reduces it. Instead of purchasing expensive hardware, organization rent computing resources from cloud provider. This responsibility for maintaining servers, storage, networking, cooling, and physical security is transferred to the cloud provider. As a result, initial investment become very low. Business can start quickly. Money is spent only when services are used. This shifts spends from capital expenditure to the operation expenditure. Capital expenditure in different cloud deployment model. Now let's understand how capital expenditure varies across different cloud models. The first one is we'll begin with the public cloud. Example, Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure. And third one is a cloud platform and Google. In a public cloud, the cloud provider owns and manages all the infrastructure. The customer does not purchase server, storage, networking equipment, and data center. Instead, the customer simply rents cloud services. Let's go for the example. Think of staying in a hotel. You don't buy the hotel building, right? You only pay for the room while you stay. Similarly, in a public cloud, organization pay only for the cloud resources they use. Capital expenditure impact very low capital expenditure, no hardware purchase, no maintenance responsibility, pay as you go pricing. This is why startup and a small business prefer the public cloud. The next, we will move to the private cloud. In a private cloud, the organization built its own cloud infrastructure. The company purchases servers, storage, networking equipment, virtualization software. Everything is installed inside the organization own data center. Example, imagine a bank. Bank often store highly confidential customer information. Instead of using the public cloud infrastructure, they built their own private cloud to have complete control over the data. Capital expenditure impact. Private cloud requires a high initial investment because organization own the entire infrastructure. Therefore, high capital expenditure, it's a greater control, it's a better customization and high maintenance cost. The next one is a hybrid cloud. The third model is the hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud combines both public cloud and then private cloud. Organization keeps sensitive application in the private cloud while using the public cloud for less sensitive workloads. Example, your hospital may store patient records in a private cloud, but host its public website on AWS. Capital expenditure impact here is the private cloud portion require hardware investment, while the public cloud follows the pay as you go model. Therefore, moderate capital expenditure, we have the balanced flexibility and better resource utilization. The next one is a on-premises cloud-like solution. Some organizations want cloud services but prefer to keep everything inside their own premises. Cloud provide offer solution like AWS Outpost, Azure Stack. This system bring cloud technology into the organization own data center. Example, government organization and defense sector often choose these approaches because of strict security and compliance requirement. Capital expenditure impact. Organization still purchase hardware and install cloud infrastructure. Therefore, initial capital expenditure remains relatively high. What contribution to capital expenditure? Now let's see where organization actually spends this capital investment. The first one is a data center construction. If an organization built a private cloud, it needs land, building, cooling system, power supply, physical security. All this contribute to the capital expenditure. And the next one is a hardware purchase. Organization purchase server, storage system, router, switches, firewalls. These are long-term assets. The third one is a virtualization technology. Private cloud environment requires virtualization software such as hypervisor. Example includes VMware, ESXi, Microsoft Hyper-V, and last one is a KVM. Licensing this technology also increase the capital expenditure. And the last one is a backup and redundancy. To ensure business continuity, organization invest in backup server, disaster recovery system, redundant power supplies, and last one is a duplicate storage system. Although this system increase initial investment, they protect businesses from data loss. Thank you.